Hello, welcome to Game On. I'm Nathaniel Lippiatt.
And I'm John Chiodini.
Have you changed something about your hair, Johnny, today? Because you definitely look different.
Yeah, I dyed it a little black.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy. Coming up,
we go through the looking glass, down the rabbit hole and left at the lights with Alice and friends.
Find out how much more black Ops can get with Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Crackdown on the developers of Crackdown 2.
I'll stop you if you hesitate. You realise that. And Robert Nepper talks teabagging.
You just kind of like, just let everything kind of just flow them out, like you've had a few beers, you know, just like slide it out there.
First though, grab your brollies. Storm clouds are brewing. Don't actually...
well, you said to.
We're inside. There's not even any rain inside. And it's unlucky. That brings bad luck. I said it figuratively. Yep, like crop farmers in Africa, PlayStation gamers have been waiting for ages for the rains to come. Now though, they're finally here. PS3 exclusive Heavy Rain launches on the 26th of February.
The game invites players into a gripping film noir world full of mystery, intrigue and origami.
What, origami? The Japanese ancient art of paper folding?
Yeah, the villain's called the Origami Killer.
What does he do? Fold people to death? Heavy Rain styles itself as an edgy, dark thriller designed to test how far you'd go to save a loved one. Johnny, don't even ask how far I'd go. You aren't one of my loved ones. I wouldn't put you out if you were on fire.
We only know how much we love someone when we know what we're willing to sacrifice.
The game is divided between 4 playable characters, all of them looking for the mysterious Origami Killer. Quick exclusive, it's not Nathaniel.
From the outset, Heavy Rain has promised a cinematic, emotion-driven experience, and if the footage we've seen is anything to go by, we'll be getting just that.
It's been developed by Quantic Dream and directed by the company's founder himself. The game's done in a similar style to their previous title, Fahrenheit. Your actions have direct consequences on the way the game plays out, rather than following a strictly linear pathway.
Gameplay-wise, Heavy Rain uses a unique blend of controls and quick-time events, steady Johnny, to advance the storyline.
We'll be joining the hunt for the Origami Killer very soon, and we'll be bringing you a full review as soon as we've tracked him down.
Could be a woman. Sexist.
Everything I did for love.
Next up, what do you call it when a poltergeist scams you out of money for a second time?
This is going to be good.
Ghost Recon.
I was right. That was great. So this is the new teaser for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the futuristic member of the Clancy clan.
Future Soldier is the 9th instalment in the series and the first to come to Nintendo Wii and DS.
For those of you not in the know, Ghost Recon follows Company D, 1st Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group.
Catchy.
For brevity's sake, they're also referred to as the Ghosts, which is probably easier, and probably explains why they're running around with sheets on their heads here. Actually, that could be stealth technology.
Anyway, one thing is clear, they obviously didn't pay much attention in biology.
Technology evolves.
Wrong, technology advances. Strictly speaking, evolution only applies to living organisms.
You pedantic... Ubisoft are keeping specifics on the game under wraps, apart from admitting the multiplayer beta will be made available to those who purchase Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction. And talking of Splinter Cell Conviction, we still can't tell you anything about it. That's right, we can't tell you about any of this.
Any of this.
Or any of this.
Sit tight though, the preview is coming.
Eventually.
Probably.
We hope. Now, it takes a man of serious skill to redefine the word teabagging, but if anyone's going to do it, it's Robert Nepper.
He's one of the cast members captured for Prison Break the game.
It's out this year on PC, PS3 and Xbox 360, and we've got no idea what it's like, so we thought best to get one of the original inmates in to jailbreak some of the details. Robert Nepper, very nice to meet you.
Thank you, brother.
We're talking about Prison Break, the video game. Were you as surprised as the rest of us that they made a video game out of Prison Break?
Yeah, you know, you're an actor and you think, oh, I'm happy to work. And then you're thinking, I'm happy to be on a hit show. And then you're thinking, wow, I'm a character in a video game. It was great. I played it yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I got to beat up Teabag.
So yeah, you say you played it. What can gamers expect? What's the experience like?
Look, it's great for two reasons. If you know the show, you get to be in the show. That's basically the best way to describe it. You're Tom Paxton. You're this company operative who, gets in there. They put him in there to follow Michael Scofield around. And so, as your T-shirt says, stealth. You're finding your way slowly through these different rooms. You meet up with the bad guys. You might have a fight with them. You keep going. You have an objective. You're trying to get to Lincoln or Michael, whatever. And you can change. You change the series how you want to take it. If you don't know the show, you're a gamer. You just go in and have a good time, and then you can say, "Wow, now I'm not one of those 5 people in England that didn't see Prison Break," and I can, hobnob with my friends that are huge fans of the show.
Now, we like to think we have open minds here at Game On.
We have been known to wear the occasional cardigan, for example.
But when we were offered time with the Alice in Wonderland movie tie-in game on the Wii, our first reaction was we'd rather smash a looking glass over the developer's head than use one of the glass shards to cut off our own legs, then use our bloody stumps to beat the console into 1,000 pieces than play the game.
After googling help, leg stump bleeding, how to stop, urgent, held no joy though, we figured we'd better just give the game a shot. She may have grown up, but Alice isn't done with Wonderland yet. Tim Burton's giving Lewis Carroll's classic tale an eerie makeover, and as with all blockbuster films, a video game is on the way. I've come for an exclusive preview to see just how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We had an opportunity to try and do something different. We wanted to do something different. It's a really cool property. The stories are great stories. There's a group of really interesting characters, really strange, curious, peculiar creatures that inhabit this place. And early on, in fact right at the start, we said there was an opportunity whereby the obvious thing to do would probably be to put the player in control of Alice and have her jumping around a garden. We looked at the other characters, and some of the things about them, the White Rabbit, the time piece and his obsession with time, and allowing him to control and manipulate time, and kind of take it from there, really. So I'll jump into the game and just show you some examples of that. Here's a really simple example with the rabbit. I need to get to the other side of this chamber. I can trigger the rabbit, shake my Wiimote round, and freeze time. And with the abilities, what we do is when we introduce a new character, so the player forms up this team of characters over a period of time, sort of around 2/3 of the game, they build up this team of 5 characters you can hot swap between. We do the classic thing, introduce a character, introduce a really simple scenario whereby you use their ability, make that a more complex ability, and then start layering it with the characters that you've already got. So again, here's some knives and forks in a cutlery cabinet. I can flick out using the Wiimote and form up a peculiar looking ladder.
Alice, you're terribly late, naughty.
Moving on to the Mad Hatter, there wasn't a natural fit for the Mad Hatter in terms of kind of abilities. So we kind of tried to think about things, the Mad Hatter, yes, mad he might be, but maybe it's just because he sees things in a very different way within the world. So again, I can get onto these Hatter podiums, which allow me to see things from a very unique perspective, and that's the Hatter's perspective, which I'm able to use the Wiimote to kind of move. I'm just sort of going to the extreme so you can kind of see what I'm doing here, but move these objects around, manipulate the viewpoint until I get to a position where they form up an object, and then when they form up an object, it's Wonderland, World of Illusion, the object forms up and it's real. And the Hatter's one is my favourite. We had a lot of fun working on this. It took a long time to get it right. But what he's able to do is kind of use his hand to squish people. And then you can just finish them off. He squishes all the armour off. We identified very early on the platforms that we wanted to build the game out on. We look at trying to create very specific games for specific platforms. We've got 2 very different games, the DS version and the Wii version, created specifically for those platforms. And really, as far as 3D goes and creating, creating the depth to the world that we wanted to create with the Wii and getting us close to the look of the movie, creating this really rich environment, it just wasn't going to work from a 3D point of view and delivering that in a 3D form. So I think first and foremost we wanted to go for this is a game and keep the look the same, and we weren't able to do that with 3D. I mean, I think there's some interesting stuff in there. Had we had the ability to do that in 3D with some of the hat perspective and manipulating the objects and things like that, I think they would have worked really well in 3D, and even some of the combat sequences. So there's definitely some stuff there. Maybe Alice in Wonderland too.
Who are you?
Alice.
So clearly Disney haven't fallen into the obvious trap of using gimmicky 3D, instead focusing their looking glass on strong gameplay and a distinctive look, adding a different kind of third dimension to the experience. And finally, Pacific City may be overrun by gangsters and mutants, but the good guys can still make time to come and chat to us.
Crackdown 2 is set to launch this year, and we wanted to see how convincingly it could be flogged in just 30 seconds. That's right, it's the return of the hard sell. So it's straight down the barrel of the lens. Okay, I'm going to time you. 3, 2, 1, go.
Crackdown is the open, free-form action experience that everyone on Xbox has to play. You can blow stuff up like no other game. You can play it all with 4 players across the whole world. Do whatever you want in your own way, in your own time, how you like to as a player. We do verticality like nobody else has ever done. Our game is truly vertical and a total sandbox experience. And then you get to go on 16-player on live, only something that 360 can offer. And you can play it all with your friends and just blow up like crazy. No other game allows you the freedom that this game does.
Boom! That's 30 seconds exactly. Only one swear word.
I'm a hell of a timer.
And you're the only person ever to do a hard sell using the word verticality. So congratulations.
It's a big word like marmalade.
That's it for this week then. We're off to see how much damage Teabag can do with a piece of paper.
More gaming glory next week. Hello, welcome to Game On. I'm Nathaniel Lippiott.
And I'm Johnny Chiodini.
Ooh, it's a little bit weird.
What?
That voice. It's going to sound a bit scary.
I thought you wanted me scary.
Yeah, I was improvising there.
I know.
Oh no! Oh no! You're too good! It's too convincing. Right, we're going to try it once more, and I'm going to go with whatever you throw at me here. Acting 101. It's like a Pet Shop Boys video. Boop, boop. Anyway. Let's do
Why
one.
are you looking at me like that?
Like
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
The game is divided between 4 playable characters, all looking for the mysterious origami killer. Sorry, it sniffed your hair. It smells nice.
That's something a serial killer might do.
I don't notice that they bring 4 or 5 slices of triangular piece of toast on the table. I see the toast that's underneath the eggs, right? And I'm thinking, man, did they like fry this in lard? Or
Maybe.
what?
Fried bread.
It's fried bread.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's the toast?
That's English. That's welcome to
I've got to
England.
talk to Sam about this toast.
Actually, that could be stealth
Sorry, I was breathing then.
breathing.
I mean, I tend to, but I was
Classic error.
gasping, we'll say. Don't stand so, don't stand so,
No, it's never going to work.
Nope. That's it for this week then. We're off to see how much damage Teabag can do with a piece of paper.
More gaming glory next week.
Is that quite camp? That's quite camp.
Hello, welcome to Game On. I'm Nathaniel Lippiott.
Sure you are. And I'm Johnny Chiodini.
Ooh, that gives me shivers, that voice. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
How many days have we been doing this?
Oh, come
You've
on.
never had shivers before.
Well, you're just looking a bit different today. I don't know, maybe it's the jacket.
He likes me. That's the thing.
you-
He really likes me.
Have you got laid? Is that, you look like you've matured.
Am I late?
Are you,
No, I'm not late at all.
you're slightly late. Better late than never. That's
Who's
got to be
that?
the autobiography. Thank you so much, Robert. You are a hero, quite literally.